Alrighty, guys. So another week of trading under our belts, and AMC stock, well, had another red day today, and it ended up having a red week. Let's break it down, do a quick update on the charts, and go over what I'm looking to do with AMC. As again, we just had another, week of trading, and it's been, let's just say, a rough week the last couple of days. So we have a lot to break down in this video. If y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get your free money for up to 15 stocks, each up to 15, or is it $2,000? Either way, you can get a bunch of money, guys. Once you open up an account with Moomoo, you get one free share of stock right off the bat, and once you fund your account with at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And listen to this, it gets better. Once you fund your account with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money, no pressure, but if you do, use that link. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. Cheers. Now let's get on to this update with AMC, or on AMC, which again, you guys probably know did not do very well at all this week, and today was yet again another red day. It went down 14 cents on the day, down 2.6%. Let me pull up the intraday chart to break down the price action throughout the day, which, let's be honest, guys, it's known to be volatile, and today was yet again another volatile day. So in the pre-market, AMC was at, where was it, 537. It ended up opening up at around, let me zoom in and see, it opened at, where the heck did it open at? I don't even know. Probably right around, let's say, 525. It got down to about 513. Saw a bit of consolidation throughout the rest of the day, heading into about 2:45 p.m. Then we saw the massive, well, not massive, but a decent dump there to 508. And that just, goes to show how the bears in the very short term here are in control. The fact that we saw the sell-off, because up until that point, guys, we were holding the lows from yesterday. You guys can probably see here, yesterday's low was 520, roughly. And, with that move to 508, we took the lows out. We took the lows out from yesterday, and again, up until that point, we were holding 520. So the bulls had a fighting chance up until about the beginning of power hour, and that's where the bears were like, no, and they pushed this thing to 508. And now it's on the verge of falling maybe under $5, which is not good at all for the bulls. We'll break down that chart here in a second, the larger time frame, which shows you exactly that. So, yeah, today was a rocky day. Probably not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday was pretty volatile. But either way, you guys know how this stock goes. And if I pull back the 5-day chart, or pull on the 5-day chart, we're noticing, well, it downtrended all day. And you guys probably know that, especially if you've been watching this channel, because I've been breaking down this stock. I didn't make many videos on AMC this week, probably about 2 or 3, but either way, we've been breaking it down. And by the way, if you guys like these videos and other stock market content, we make a lot of content here. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I appreciate you guys. As always, you won't regret it. I promise you that. So AMC, again, been downtrending the past couple of days. Today we took the lows out, and it was a lot of the same today as what we've seen the past couple of days. Lower lows, lower highs. I think literally every day this week, guys, we took out the lows from the previous day. We did it today, we did it yesterday, we did it the day before. It's pretty much been every single day. So we'll see how this does next week, because here on the 20-day chart, we can see, well, actually, you can't see it here. What you do see here, though, is the death cross and the fact that we're under the moving averages, which is not good at all for the bulls. But if we pull up the 4-hour chart, let's say, if we zoom in a little bit and maybe clear this little drawing down here, sorry about that, guys. What we're noticing is on the 4-hour time frame, we're still above the 180 SMA, even with the rough week we had. And actually, I didn't even look at it on a percentage basis. How much did this go down? 17%, which, realistically, it could go up 17% in one day, so we could really recover all those. Well, actually, it's going to have to go up more than that to recover the loss. It's going to have to go up over 20%. Either way, we can do that in a day or two. AMC is known to make huge moves, but it's for sure a fact that the bears, dominated this week. Even though we could recover the entire loss, it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that we saw the sell-off, and you could argue it was a healthy one, because look, from the end of April, this stock went from 480 all the way up to 620. That's a big move, guys. We're talking 31% in the span of 10 days, less than 2 weeks, guys. 31%. So you could argue this was much needed. It was only a matter of time that we got this pullback, which I agree with. That makes sense. now's the moment of truth for the bulls. What are the bulls made of, right? In the short term, if AMC falls through the 180 SMA and makes a huge dump under $5, and it clearly breaks the down or the upwards channel rather, which right now it is a little bit under it. But if I just redraw it, you guys can clearly see it's still in this channel. But if it breaks $5, it won't be in the channel anymore. If I draw this out, you guys are going to be able to see it, right? We're pretty much right now at the bottom of the channel. So if we do fall under that $5 mark, you could argue, you could make a serious argument this could go straight to 465, which was the low from, when was that? The end of April. If that were to break, we can make a move. Maybe not all the way down to 365 like that. I mean, sure, it's possible. Never say never. But I don't know about that right away, but I'll still draw it out. But let's say we broke under 465. Could this make a move down to, let's say, 435? That was support in the end of March, heading into, actually, yeah, more like end of March. Could it go to 430? Yes, you can make that argument, guys, no doubt about it. So I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I'm not being a doomsday or anything. I'm just keeping it real. I'm being honest, and that's what we're doing here on this channel, guys. I'm not going to be one of these guys that plays it on, or is biased on one side. I'm going to tell you how it is, and that's just the reality. If we do break this channel, we break that moving average, it's going to be bad news. Bulls, and again, we could start going down 470, 430. Maybe it gets even worse from that point. I'm not banking on that. I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it real, which is what I'm doing here on this channel. So, yeah, AMC, we'll see what it does this week. So my one alert is it's at $5, or what it does next week, rather. My one alert's at $5. I've plenty of alerts to the upside as well, $5.70, $6, $6.20. And I'm going to add, let's say, I'll put one at 5. Where did we close today? 520. I'm going to put one at 550. Mark is at or above 550. If we start getting out of that point, maybe we start reversing, but we'll see. Time will tell what AMC does here in the short term. So that's a quick breakdown, guys. What do you think? That's a big question. What do you guys think? I mean, do you guys see what I'm seeing, or am I just speaking a bunch of gibberish BS to you all? Be honest. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And overall, today was a bad day for the markets. I mean, we got news yesterday that CPI came in at 4.9%, so that's good. Inflation's coming down. But, the fact that we're probably not going to get a rate cut anytime soon, which the market kind of already knew, but it's kind of it's a lingering thing in the market nowadays. When are we going to get the rate cut? When is this going to happen? When's that going to happen? And we don't really know. But at the end of the day, it's being priced in a little bit that, we're probably not going to get a rate cut anytime soon. And that's been the case for the past couple of weeks. I mean, we know that. And let's say, for example, we need a catalyst, right? Let's say, for example, we got news that we are going to get a rate cut. I mean, and the reason why we need a catalyst is because SPY has been moving between 417 to 410 for months at this point. It's been failing at 417 for months with no upwards direction. If we got the catalyst, whatever it may be, that could cause this thing to break out. And really, the catalyst of, getting a rate cut, that would do it. But I'm in the camp of not rushing rate cuts, guys. The last thing we want to see is, a rate cut, and then all of a sudden, inflation starts surging again. That's the last thing we want. So it's realistic that we're not going to get a rate cut anytime soon. And Jerome Powell even said inflation's sticky. He doesn't see it coming down, a lot lower very quickly, in other words, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's just the reality of the matter here. And again, if we got that catalyst, this thing would break out. But you have to realize, okay, you have to weigh out your options here. Do you want, the stock market to go up a ton and, you make money on stocks, but then everything goes up in price again a lot more, we get more inflation? Or would you rather, have subpar returns in the short term, but inflation come down, and we get it to a point where it's tamed, so you can then, not have the inflation rip up again if we were to, cut rates and do the other option, if that makes any sense. And you have to suffer a little bit for the stock market in the short term, but then overall, over time, you'll be good. And for me, guys, I'm picking the option of I'd rather have subpar returns right now. I'd rather have my index funds or whatever, because I do own index funds, right? I own a good amount of index funds. I'd rather have them stay flat for a year or two as we get inflation under control instead of having those explode. Then we have everything go up in price. And then you can make the argument, but rich people don't care, right? They can pay the inflated price, but it's not good overall for, the country, guys. I mean, it's just not what we want for the whole country. I'm not looking at it just for rich people, if you know what I mean, right? So, yeah, that's, a quick thought there and a little breakdown of AMC. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to also get your free money from Moomoo, your 15 stocks from them. You also get 12 stocks from Webull. Check out my Patreon as well if you guys are interested. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.